Hello and welcome again to Slippery Slopes, a brand new podcast for you this Sunday. And thank you for joining us today. And today we have a few interesting topics with us. And starting from post-COVID treatment, that is a trip to Himachal.
What the fuck is happening?
उत्तराखंड एंड उत्तर प्रदेश तो नहीं जा रहा.
उत्तर प्रदेश तो नॉर्मल कंडीशन में नहीं जाता.
नॉर्मल कंडीशन में वहाँ जाना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, लेकिन ठीक है. सो मतलब क्या हो गया है डेलियाइट्स तुम लोगों को? अभी थर्ड वेव कर रहे हो और फिर सारे फटाफट ट्रिप मार लेता हूँ. पहले थर्ड वेव
it's like let's go to Himachal before the third wave kicks in. Bro, you are the third wave.
Exactly. Bro, you are the fucking third wave जो तुम जा रहे हो. And not only Delhiites, I have a lot of friends in Mumbai as well. They're also traveling like free.
I do not understand. मतलब are people in normal routine going to Himachal every month? What is happening?
Same here. It's I don't know. I don't understand the fact that you guys first you criticize the government for not
But
going against the protocols. But again, rules can be formed, but to follow or to not to follow, it's you. And
is it because you were told to stay in your houses? That is why you feel like, okay, now I'm free.
Yeah.
Because there was no way these many people were going to Himachal in a normal year.
In a normal year, yeah.
No way.
Exactly.
So what has changed? It was like Delhi didn't have like stay in your houses. Like why this sudden urge to explore the hills, become a wanderluster? क्या है ये?
So this is very out of my understanding that how so many people suddenly plan a trip to Himachal or to Uttarakhand and they just visit mountains. And I know hotel industry is badly hit. कमरे सस्ते मिल रहे हैं तुम लोगों को, ठीक है. वहाँ जाके तुम सारे नकली
मिल ही नहीं रहे अब तो कमरे.
हाँ, अब कमरे मिल ही नहीं रहे, तो prices are almost back to normal. But still मैं बोलूँगा 10-15% अभी भी सस्ता ही है on a regular हिमाचल ट्रिप जो एक टाइम था बिना कोविड के जब हम जाया करते थे. तुम रिपोर्टें नकली बना लेते हो, ठीक है. फेयर पॉइंट, तुमसे कोई पूछता भी नहीं रिपोर्ट, ठीक है. यू जस्ट से RT-PCR है, हाँ नेगेटिव है, एंड यू जस्ट मूव ऑन, यू क्रॉस द बॉर्डर, ठीक है. उसके बाद आई डोंट नो वेयर द अर्ज स्टार्टेड, बट अगेन कमिंग टू द पॉइंट कि क्यों जाना है अभी.
Exactly.
तुम बोल रहे हो कि भाई थर्ड वेव आने वाली है, उससे पहले फटाफट हिमाचल हुआता हूँ.
But why? It's like it's
dumb.
नहीं, but when I think about it, it's like कि अगर तू कुछ काम कर रहा है,
Yeah.
you don't eat in one day.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't care about it. But if I tell you that today you're not allowed to eat,
Then you feel
so you'll be like, I want to eat so bad. Is it that? कि मतलब लॉकडाउन था कि we can't go, अभी कहीं बाहर नहीं जा सकते, घर में रहो, and suddenly cases are down, चलो हिमाचल.
ये भी नहीं to research. Think about this Delhiites and of course anyone who is traveling right now for work related purposes is totally fine, but again for tourism, listen to all those people who are please listen all those people who are traveling for tourism. When we asked you in lockdown that what are your plans forward and what's gonna happen next, your obvious complaints were bhai business is down.
My expectation was exactly this: कि people will get back to
work. Exactly.
No.
Business is down. Business is not booming. We do not have cash inflows. We have more of cash outflows. We are expensing a lot than gaining as incomes. So my first real thought of this unlock process that Delhi again suffered was that कि चलो ठीक है, markets खुल रही है, now people will go to work.
Will go back to work
cash
mode.
Inflow will start again, and again you will be back to normal slowly and steadily.
Helping the economy, but not in the way I expected.
ये पहाड़ों की tourism ad कब से
This wanderlusting attitude इतना ज़्यादा instilled था. I didn't know that. It's like suddenly everyone is. The day the border, I saw this video on Instagram. There's a huge traffic jam on the way to Shimla.
Yeah.
ये क्या हो रहा है? What is this sudden urge to go to the hills?
I mean, it's understandable that hills are pretty discreet, lonely. हवा चलती है, मस्त तुम बैठते हो, तुम्हारा view बढ़िया होता है. But the point is that ठीक है, we get it, and the reason for us
I know.
ranting is not that कि हम नहीं जा रहे हिमाचल या हमारा trip नहीं बन रहा.
Right.
That's not the reason. The reason right now here is that you are traveling, and again somebody will tomorrow, if the third wave hits out, it hits everybody. Okay, the virus does not see like from where do you belong. The virus is virus. It's for humans. So tomorrow, if third wave hits, it's gonna hit all of us. Then you do not have the right to blame anyone else rather than you yourself. That's the big point.
But like, okay.
Rules can be formed, but rules can to follow them or to not to follow.
No, but
not
this
to
is
follow
like
them. It's
a very ideal case of government not having a say in how the people behave. It's like government obviously the government is allowing now tourism can start, you can go to places, you can visit Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah.
But sudden urge of सभी चलो everyone is going to Himachal, ये क्या हो गया मतलब this is government can't have a say in that
exactly. They cannot stop you from
you can go but you cannot wait for him to come back. this is not how it works. Only 10 people
bathroom जाने school
only 10
अभी क्या होगा
only 10 people allowed. But this is like self-imposed Kumbh Mela. What is happening?
Exactly, the Kumbh Mela, there are problems.
But
now everybody wants to gather at hills, and again it's a problem for us in the any gathering. I'm not targeting religious point of view. Religion को इसमें inflect करना बहुत खराब चीज होगी. But any public gathering, any mass gathering at this very moment is a super threat to all of us.
I'm really shocked कि people are like just staying in your houses, staying safe was like putting them in a jail. कि जैसे ही वो lift हुआ, they want to go out, they want to
suffer,
they want to go wanderlusting, they want to be a world globetrotter.
I love travel. # travel diaries. # quarantine travel. Masks on.
full IGHT mode. सबके सब.
Exactly. That day, one of my friends, he's like a friend of friend, and they were planning a road trip to Manali. And I was like, yeah, good. So he asked me to join in. I said no, I have some work in Delhi, back in Delhi, to get back on track with my startup and work on that. So he said, अरे चलना यार, अभी होटल बढ़िया मिल रहा है, सस्ता मिल रहा है, चलते हैं फटाफट चलते हैं, थर्ड वेव से पहले आ जाएंगे. मतलब फिर थर्ड वेव आ जाएगी, फिर घूम नहीं पाएंगे. मैं थर्ड वेव आएगी ना तो धंधा भी नहीं चलेगा मेरा. मतलब भाई तू क्या लॉजिक दे रहा है? ये तो बहुत खराब बात है.
Seriously, but literally a lot of people I know are in Himachal right now as we speak.
At this point of shooting this episode, I can name you 10 people who are in Himachal right now.
मैंने स्टोरी भी डाली थी कि was this some post-COVID treatment protocol I missed?
ये डॉक्टर ने गंदी
because I got COVID as well. Should I also go? मतलब
नहीं, ये मेरे ख्याल ये ना unsaid rules नहीं होते.
And then I said like cases in Delhi are low because Delhi is in Himachal right now.
Half of it is in Himachal.
So cases and Himachal में हो गया COVID. Surprise. Himachal में इस समय there's a small outbreak
in COVID, and
obviously,
and it won't take time to actually get that outbreak into a bigger scale. And how the virus spreads, we have discussed it in previous episode, and talking about Mr. Fauci, the fact is not that there is air contamination, and even if you wear your mask or not, you're inhaling something, and if your air is contaminated with COVID, nothing can stop.
No, but okay, I am a big fan of freedom to travel. जैसे US में there's I don't know vaccine passports now.
Yeah,
that is Europe, a very stupid concept.
No, even in Europe they have.
I don't understand. I don't support that. You can travel anywhere you want to. That's freedom. बट मतलब पागल ही हो गए हो. गलत फायदा उठा रहे हो यार. किसने उंगली दिया, हाथ पकड़ लिया. This is unbelievable. क्या हो रहा है? Why?
This is so wrong. I mean, come on guys, you're educated. We are just not two random kids ranting in a room for all of you. We're just talking sense.
I'm trying to understand that what is the psychology behind it. Is it freedom being taken away? Because it was not. It's just public safety for the greater good that you were advised to not get out of the house.
And it was not just your government saying, it was the world saying.
It was like इतना भी नहीं था as far as I could make out. खासकर this time, it wasn't like you cannot go out at all like it was last year.
Yeah.
Last year was like proper lockdown, no one in the roads, you can't go out without a reason. You could go out this time without a reason. But वही psychology है कि खाना नहीं खाना. So when you're told that you can't eat food, then you're hungry. And then is it FOMO?
Yeah, FOMO starts when one person does it, then there is this, I guess, a social spending chain reaction that happens. Now बहुत भारी शब्द है, लेकिन I really want to come on to this. I was listening to one of the books on Audible, so they were pretty open about social spending. So the thing about social spending chain reaction is that if you are there, alright, so let's just example, Parag goes out to some new restaurant that recently opened up, alright, and Parag, what he does is that he goes there and he take those aesthetic shots.
Like I do.
That's one aesthetic motherfucker, right? So he goes out there, and so the time you do not post about it, but what you do is you put up a story that's for 24 hours. Now what those 24-hour cycle does is that is FOMO, fear of missing out for people. So they tap on your display picture to see what Parag posted, and then they see what Parag actually posted. So there is this cafe ABC that you recently went and newly opened. So I will see that story and I will think about it once, but seeing Parag would also, in some certain way inflict me. I'll get curious. So not me, but Parag has like 700 people on your Instagram. So your story reach must be around 400, 500. So 500 people watching one story. Now one of those 500, there is a very good probability will actually go out there again. So out of those 500 people, one of them will also go out. So that becomes 2 in 700. Now again, that one person would have a social reach of, let's say, 200 more people. Then again, one person in those 200 pool will go out. So that's chain. And when 5, 6, 7, 8 people with same social group upload the same story for the same place, you then start to have FOMO about it. That what are these guys actually doing out there, and what is actually there that I'm missing. Now this is not you telling yourself, this is your subconscious mind telling you.
This is very normal.
This is normal, but this is about some economics, like you spend money.
This is game theory, basic game theory, right?
Game theory. So एक बंदा हिमाचल जाता है दिल्ली से, तो 500 लोग वो स्टोरी देखते हैं, 500 में से एक और प्लान करता है
कि बनाओ मजा अमन हो गया है, अब मन
को देख ये तो निकल गया,
अब मन हो गया है, now let's go. अब तो 2 लोग जाएंगे, then okay you एक तो हिमाचल में you travel in groups,
yeah,
but you see these photos, yeah, there's like
exactly.
Chandni Chowk level of population in one street in Manali.
Himachal. So the point here is, in the end, the talk will be not about is it safe to travel or not. In the end, the talk will be about यार सब तो जा रहे हैं, चलना.
It is normal to have this amount of traffic in a hill station. I mean, in any case, मतलब obviously
it is not normal, I guess.
Obviously summers are
more
traditionally more inviting for people to go. Hills are more inviting for people to go to in summers. And June, obviously, in normal conditions, this is summer vacation time for school.
No, 1st of July your school.
For school kids, right? Okay, July, but like June. So this is like vacation time in any case for families.
Yeah.
But I don't think so many families do.
I mean, if you can send your kids out to Himachal, then you can probably also send them out to school.
They should go to school. I don't understand.
If you can travel a lot, you can actually go to school. तो हिमाचल जा रही हो उस बस में यार, जिसमें already 30 unknown लोग हैं.
If you
so what's the problem going to school? There are 30 known people.
I don't understand shutting schools down. I mean, how many kids do? Okay, I didn't know, but as far as I have heard and read about COVID, it's not very deadly to kids.
It is deadly to everyone. I mean, it's just a matter.
It's like kids have a stronger immune system. They're not getting vaccinated anyway. Under 18.
Under 18, yeah.
And I don't know how Delta variant works with kids. I really hope it doesn't affect them because they are not vaccinated right now. But I don't think COVID
I've seen
particularly attacked
Yeah.
kids as it did to 50-year-olds.
Yeah, that's basically because of immunity, metabolism rate, and your body being more active and fast, your white blood cells being more active, more new than the old ones. So,
I mean, if you can drive collectively to Himachal as if you're raiding Area 51.
in a bus, in a RTV.
मतलब सोने की तिजोरी खोलने जा रहे हो, हमें सारे के सारे निकल गए डब्ल्यू ढूंढने.
Saint Sebastian Garden में बड़ा सा W होगा, वहाँ पे सब लोग नहीं, ऐसा कोई सीन नहीं है. If you guys can actually travel to Himachal with 30 unknown people, then you can definitely attend school.
And
I've seen 16, 17
school
years
क्या, you can go to offices, you can just go. I mean, if
with your normal life.
Right now, if you're not vaccinated, this is at Delhi I'm talking about. Delhi, Chandigarh, developed places I'm talking about.
India's first planned city, Chandigarh.
Yeah, मतलब when there's economic.
I wanted to bring this up क्योंकि फिर वहाँ के लोग भी थोड़े हैं ना educated type so.
They are educated,
so I
right?
really wanted to point them out.
So at this point, if you're not vaccinated,
Yeah.
Paji, if you're not vaccinated, it is either you got COVID and you're within the 90-day period like I am,
Yeah.
or you just don't care. Because you had ample opportunity to get vaccinated by now. At least once.
Yeah.
Now that it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the smoothest process. It's
Yeah.
very hard having COVID vaccinations done like government schools and stuff. But you could have done it by now.
Yeah.
I mean, was there someone stopping you? Was there something stopping you? In cities I'm talking about.
No.
Delhi में, Punjab, Chandigarh में, Mumbai में.
Nothing.
I don't think cities में this was a problem. You could get vaccinated if you
Easily,
wanted to,
yeah.
right? So if you're not vaccinated by now,
Yeah.
you're either in the 90-day period, so you have antibodies anyway.
Yeah.
You're safe, relatively.
Right.
Or you're willing to take the risk to get the virus. So why close it down anyway?
I mean, if you are willing to take this risk, that doesn't mean the people around you are also willing to take the risk for virus.
But like, they are vaccinated, right?
If you work, I mean to say is that there are still old people who can catch COVID. Now the COVID
Even if
not
they are vaccinated
now, so the COVID won't be that severe because they're already vaccinated. But it won't be suitable that for them to again catch something which they just got rid of, and for their age to sustain even a normal flu would be very tough.
Okay.
So it's not in everyone's best interest. I mean, people with comorbidities, if they catch COVID, people with asthmatic problems, it's not in their best interest, and you don't know. By face, you cannot tell that this guy is asthmatic and this guy is not. It's not written on our faces. Alright, so for me to catch COVID, let's just say that I'm willing to catch COVID. I'm willing to catch COVID, and I on the cost of tourism travel, not work travel, tourism travel. I'm willing to catch. But is it really in the best interest of people that I meet daily on my work bench? No. I mean, for people that I'm working together, they might be sensitive, they might be allergic to some things. So this is it's not like you can take a bullet and then you can say that मेरे घर पे किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Bro, your family will be there, I suppose, and it's not the same that it's in everybody's best interest. You willing to take the virus just proves that how big of a shithead you are.
No,
because of you, many other people can get it. Now, I'm on my first dose for Covishield. All right. Still on.
Yeah,
my
you
first.
took Covishield, which is like 1 year gap between 2 doses.
1 year gap between 2 doses. Or one day I'll hear that पहली वाली it was sufficient. But again, AstraZeneca's Covishield, good job. I'm feeling it in my veins. So coming to the point that I'm only partially vaccinated. All right. So I still have chances to catch COVID. All right. And my dose is more than now 60 days, let's just say, because I was told 30 days and 48 days and now it's 60 days, it's 2 months. So in duration of those 60 days, I guess it's not in my best interest that one day my friend visits Himachal with a bus of 30 unknown people and he has COVID but asymptomatic, and then he comes in and then we talk, we gradually take our masks off you know.
I mean, if you're traveling to Himachal, what the fuck is the mask doing on your face? I don't. Okay, this infuriates me even more. If you're in a bus with 30 people, you're willing to do that.
Yeah,
You're willing to go to Himachal, stay in a hotel where other people have stayed before you.
Yeah.
You don't know what the sanitation, cleanliness process in the hotel is.
Exactly.
But you have a fucking cloth on your face.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that doing?
Nothing.
What is this?
That is totally nothing.
You're smoking a cigarette but with the filter on.
Sharing cigarettes. I mean,
You're
actually,
smoking a cigarette with the filter on. What the fuck is that going to do?
nothing.
I don't understand going to Himachal, sitting in a bus, going to a hotel, eating in restaurants, but having a mask on. I mean, what are you doing? It's like,
sanitize.
and then even mask is like, yeah, ek to mask. Okay, 2 years of COVID, you still don't know how to wear a mask.
That's so fucking stupid. You still don't. No, me, you know, when Unlock started and I started visiting markets, so I took the best precaution I could on my part, that I wore double masks. One was the surgical one was the N95 one. You know, I did double mask myself. I used to carry a sanitizer in my pocket.
Double mask on a regular travel.
On a regular travel.
Okay.
I used to do that because I
Panic.
just felt that, not panic.
Paranoia of the disease.
Some sort of paranoia, because, you know, I by God's grace, I never got contaminated with COVID. But again, I didn't catch COVID, but I got vaccinated my first dose. But I still have chances. Alright, so for that, I took the best possible precautions. I wore double masks, I carried sanitizer, I even wore gloves, synthetic gloves, and I made sure that whenever I came back home, I took a bath with antiseptic in the water. So those were some basic things that I did, you know, because I have a family at home. I know that I have potential to infect them without me knowing that I have the virus on me. Alright, so with that, I mean, you guys are not even going out for work. You guys are doing nothing. Like, literally nothing.
I told you, brown Mondays are built different. These guys don't give a fuck.
These guys, cockroaches. I mean, us brown Mondays in this room. Why are we here in this room? हमें ये एपिसोड क्या पता किसी होटल में हिमाचल में पीछे एक बहुत अच्छी सीनिक बैकग्राउंड के साथ
We could be wanderlusting right now.
We could have been. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see we could have done that, and I'm good at it. But again, we didn't, because there was a choice between being rational and being irrational.
It's not even rationality at this point. I feel like people love the choice to have the freedom so much that when it was taken away, they're like, redeem it. The first thing you do is redeem that. Make sure it's still intact. We can go out. It's almost like a rebellion kind of a thing, subconsciously. That look, we can go out now. कि हाँ हम जा सकते हैं. Beaten Corona. It's almost like that. Because so many people can't be like stupidity in society in general. It's like collective stupidity. I mean, there's a quote कि do not ever underestimate the stupidity of human beings.
Yeah.
but collective stupidity, it's very unlikely to me कि all of a sudden सब सोचेंगे कि let's create chaos. We woke up today and chose violence.
Peace was never an option.
It's like wanderlusting life chose me.
Yeah.
Suddenly everyone is I don't know, is this embracing freedom or misusing freedom? I don't understand.
So the way you put it out was very clear, but I feel there is parts to it. So the first few travelers would have been, like just you said, that they want to embrace freedom. The first thing they want to do is embrace freedom. That would have been the first quarter of the total people that went to travel for tourism, for fun, not for work. So the remaining 3/4 of the population would have been out there for FOMO.
Yeah. Wait.
So the first few bunch of people would have been out there with the actual purpose of, like not an actual purpose, but with the actual thought of embarkment on concept
Yeah, I
of
mean,
freedom.
when the lockdown opened, the thought of going to the hills was the last thing I had on my mind.
Same. I never thought that I would travel.
Okay, after this, let's go on a holiday.
Yeah.
It's like, why? this has been a very long ass holiday already.
Yeah.
It's
We were
like,
home,
but then we see a story, 2 stories, 3 stories, and then I'm like, okay, this is an option, I guess.
This is one of the options again. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. Embracing freedom is one thing, and we all know that it became top of our head to stay inside homes, and to not go out, to look at your family every day, your siblings every day, and your blood gets boiled. I mean, okay, we get you. We have the same situation as well at our homes. We have some same problems as well, right? But the point is that at what cost are you willing to go out? Is it the cost of your family members? Is it the cost of the entire society? Or let's just say, is it the cost of the third wave? Like, at what cost are you actually stepping out?
And it just shows how less fucks people have to give.
Exactly. I mean, even after this podcast, I'd one day wake up and say, fuck it, yeah. Even if I have spoken on the camera, these all guys are going out. I mean, even I should. And maybe I would. Because that social pressure on me, not social pressure, but that social fear of missing out, that you're left behind feeling. That eats you up, that makes you anxious, that makes you panicky, that makes you...
Because things are like, you
impulsive.
stay in one house, you stay in one room, you don't do... So it's like, okay, let's say you don't even work out. So you don't have that release of
endorphins,
pent up emotions. You're not having endorphins kicking. So you're in one room, in one house, fighting with your wife, mom, sister, brother, and then there's obviously problems in every life. You're like, fuck this, let's just pack my bags and go to Himachal. Because what else can you do?
Exactly.
You're in a rut, but you were already in a rut.
Exactly.
So instead of going to Himachal, maybe
go out for a walk.
Maybe
parks are open.
Maybe sort out the points that cause you pain in actuality.
Yeah.
Because this is like taking a shot of a blunt and then coming back to reality the next day.
Yeah.
It's like short term. I mean, the amount of people who have went to Himachal is directly proportional to the frustrated lives that people are living in general.
Yeah, that can be, part of the reason that people were frustrated staying home. I'd like to bring in stress, mental health issues. Ghar baithe baithe, people get impulsive, people get scared, or they just lose confidence staying home. So I guess part of the reason can be this. But again, if you feel that way, you can definitely go out, like for a walk. And I believe that if you walk around your block in morning, in evening, it will be less populous. It will be more reasonable for you to take catch a fresh breath of air. It will be more, enchanting than sitting in a car, traveling all the way 300 kilometers just to do the same thing. I mean, if you want to go out and take fresh air, why decide to travel 500 kilometers by road and then
Delhi doesn't have fresh air.
I mean, no, that's one point. I mean, okay, Delhi doesn't have fresh air, but the point is you really want to step out and take the sun on you. Like, it's that I go for jogs in the morning at 4:30.
People don't want sun, bro. People want a holiday, change of scenery, just to forget their lives, give them a high.
So, exactly. So just like I said before, that even after this episode, even after me speaking on camera, I might decide. One day I wake up and I might decide that I want to go out. But again, at what cost is the question. And for us, the cost is all the same.
I mean, okay, if I think about this, I went to my martial arts gym 4 days in a row last week. I was the first one there as soon as it opened. Next morning, the first class, I was the one there. So
You were the one or the only one?
the only one. I was the first one in the academy. I was like, open this up, okay, let's go. But it's like the government has allowed you to open it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if you're coming to a martial arts class, you're healthy yourself.
Yeah.
So the chances of getting COVID there is much lower, even though the exercise that I'm about to do involves close contact.
Yeah.
It's like grappling involves very close combat.
Yeah.
But I weigh out my chances there.
Yeah.
What is the chances of getting infected with COVID in a place like that?
Where everyone is healthy versus where everybody is slouchy and baggy.
I mean, I don't know
Lazy, yeah.
who's next to me sitting in a bus.
Yeah.
But I know this person who is there with me in a class, he's coming here to get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So what if he has COVID? He's probably not going to like that right now, because I got COVID. You have fever, you don't feel like doing anything,
Yeah.
let alone do physical training. So first of all, that's a much safer option. But then someone could point it out, like, you're going to a gym, you're willing to risk.
Yeah.
Why can't we go to Manali?
Yeah. So again, the population, just like you put it out that way, that again there is this group of healthy people who are willing
Yeah.
to actually take the best out of themselves by physical exertion, and then there are people who want to get the best out of themselves by traveling,
Yeah.
and not doing anything to change of scenery.
Yeah, but that is why I actually brought it up. Ke for me, it had the same effect that going to the hills has on people. That is why they're going there. For me, going to that jiu-jitsu gym was like, okay, it was a slice of normalcy back
Yeah.
that I had before the second wave.
Yeah.
Okay, we have things rolling on now. We can go back little by little to normalcy again. We have training going. Obviously, I love going to the place. I love doing that.
Yeah.
But it was just one slice of normalcy back. Okay, now this is open. Now slowly things will open up as well. Now I could go out as well if I wanted. I haven't gone to a cafe ever since.
Same. I miss
Delhi has opened.
Yeah, same here. I mean, since Delhi has opened again, I've never been to a restaurant.
Same.
Never been to any place that has, I even jog at 4:30 a.m. in the morning to avoid the crowd at some point, because when I jog, I really want to make sure that, masks, I don't have my mask on, because, it perforates a lot in my breathing.
That's high altitude training if you have a mask on.
That's suffocating and dying while running, while I do the best thing that I love. But again, so I take off my mask and barely there is anyone in the park, 4:30 a.m. in the morning. But again, it felt nice, and like you said, like a slice of normalcy back. It felt that way, I'd be sure. But again, people coming to park, jogging, walking, pull-ups, crunches, doing their bit of exercise is much more and safer alternative.
But the thing with our population is 8:30 you go to that park. It's the Wild West. So
Yeah.
it's like so many people are there.
So many people. Yeah, I've seen that. I mean, one day I was jogging and I finished my jog around 5:45, 6. So I started walking, and soon I realized that it's been 7:20. So I thought I got late. So by the time I was leaving park, I just realized I was listening to an audible book. So by the time I just looked up and realized, I was like, oh,
it's like, but this is an interesting point. Also, people just get comfortable with their conditions so quickly.
Yeah.
They're like, you have COVID, you have a global pandemic going on, a virus whose origins are not known yet, whose
probably alive.
Yeah, whose treatment is not fixed yet. You have new vaccines coming out every day that could kill you but you're in a park with so many people around you.
Yeah.
You're not scared. You don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro.
I mean,
People are so quickly they adapt and they are okay with suffering. They're like, just take the risk. Just okay, we have to live with this.
Yeah.
They get used to whatever thing they have imposed upon them.
But you know what? I mean, some people listening to us or watching this on YouTube would ask us, "To kare to kya kare?" Like, life doesn't stop here. I mean, you putting your ass in home all day long since a year now, and again there are chances of a lockdown. That's pretty clear. So some people out there would question this, that if this problem is going to exist, we need to now start living with it. Make it the new normal. If you die, you die. That's natural selection, man.
Russia.
Yeah. If you die, you die.
Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Exactly.
Live in the Wild West.
Exactly.
Take your masks off. Take your clothes off. I don't care. Just go out there. But then it's not like that, right? You will suffer then. And then you won't like that. It's like, you can call out people who went to Kumbh Mela, like nobody imposed them upon them. Imposed that you have to go to Kumbh Mela. Nobody said that. People were willingly going to a place that turned out in fact to be a hotspot.
Yeah.
But they were willing to go there. They were willing to stand in a stampede.
Yeah.
For reasons they could have fulfilled at home as well.
Yeah.
So, who do you blame for that? Like,
No.
where do
in Kumbh Mela, actually, the backstory is that you need to have that Shahi Snan, so that cannot be done at home.
But like, you are willing to take a dip in waters shared by thousands of people.
Yeah.
So that is a clear indication of people just not giving a fuck. They're just okay with the fact that they can get a virus.
Seems.
After a point, they're like, okay, let's just go on. We don't give a fuck. And this is very Indian actually. This is very brown in nature.
It's
like
in
India, people get accustomed to suffering very quickly. Petrol prices are rising.
गुलामी की आदत है ना.
200 साल के evolution के through.
गोरे भी कर गए.
मतलब, it's like people are so quickly accustomed to suffering.
Yeah.
Like, petrol prices are high right now. Who gives a shit? They're like, I mean, there's no revolt going on right now. There are no protests going on.
Yeah.
I should lower the prices. Living with it. Just fine. Nobody cares. You watch the news, then you scroll down. Okay, fuck. So का ही डलवाना है ना? क्या rate होते हैं? It's that mentality in every case. It's not, how are these jokes made? These represent reality.
Exactly.
People don't give a shit. After a point, COVID, शुरू में there's panic, then there's okay, and then don't give a shit. Okay,
Yeah,
let's live out.
Life doesn't stop.
Life doesn't stop you, and life certainly doesn't stop us.
So that was basically the question that I put up, was like, some people would question us. So you want your life to be stuck, like, be inside home and then wait for a magical cure, a vaccine that is 100% effective, or a variant that never, like a new variant that never pops out. A new variant always pops up in like 30 days, 60 days span. We get a news that there is this new variant. Kya kare? Like, so yeah, this generates frustration, of course.
Yeah.
And this generates anger amongst people that, kare to kare kya? And it's pretty valid, pretty reasonable. We get that, right?
But
You should go out, alright, if you have such issues. But the point is to avoid crowded places or avoid crowding. I mean,
it's like in a place full of crazy people, rationality could seem like irrationality.
yeah. I mean, you can, if you share your house with your family, I mean, you and your family members can travel in a car, and you can just go around, take a drive and come back. I mean, that's a very pleasant option.
I mean,
Do that every day. Make that a routine. If you don't
if
care
your
about
knee,
fuel prices
if
anymore.
your left knee is paining, it's probably because your right hip doesn't have flexibility. So cater to the point that actually is causing you that pain. Staying in a house most probably is not the problem here.
Exactly, it's the social anxiety.
There is something else going on.
And I named few points. That is social anxiety, fear of missing out that we talked previously, and these things is what the real problem is. I mean, switch off your mobile for a day and talk to your family. I mean, so abhi impossible lag raha hai. So what you guys can do is you can actually use. There are very good apps on Android. I'm not much aware about Android now, but coming on to iOS, they have this app lock. Time limit app lock. I have that, like 40 minutes each.
That causes more guilt, I think.
No, you can adjust the app lock according to yourself, and then it asks your time limit has been reached. Extend by a minute. Extend 15 minutes.
Extend
ignore for today.
Ignore for today. That's the correct option there.
No, but try out these methods. Live it. Social media. When you see someone actually traveling out, think twice, think thrice.
It's like, again, think rationally.
Social media में हर कोई यही बोलता है, देखो मेरी life तुमसे कितनी better है.
I want to go out. What do I do? Can I go to Manali? There are like a gazillion people right now in Manali. Should I go out there? No. Can I go somewhere else? Can I go to the northeast? Can I go to Goa? Can I go to Pondicherry? There are like a million places in India you can go to. But no, you would choose Manali and Shimla.
It's near.
It's nearby. You can drive out there. I mean,
the weather is good. The skies are clear. Stars.
Skies won't be clear for a long time if you keep doing this, buddy.
Water will be scarce. The sky won't be clear.
Shimla has a huge water problem. How are they dealing with this?
Yeah. They actually buy a lot of water from surrounding states, and the Mall Road. I was there in Shimla back in 2018, and I literally saw early morning. Again, I have this habit of waking up early, so I was early and I just took a stroll around the Mall Road, and there were people fighting off each other with a water tanker that was dispersing water.
Yeah, there is a water problem in Shimla. I mean, every hotel room bathroom has this sign in Shimla. Okay, use water responsibly. There is a shortage in Shimla. Yeah. This is since 2008 or 8 or 9. As first time I went, I was like, oh, this is weird because I never faced that here in Delhi.
Yeah.
But it's. Remember there was a time कि शिमला में पानी खत्म होने वाला था.
Yeah.
And then they survived that phase. But how are they dealing with this now? This sudden avalanche of people willing to drive their cars out there.
Yeah.
Calling
them environmentalists. Yeah.
I don't know what they call themselves anymore. Wanderlusters, motherfuckers.
So I mean, yeah. So the point here is that there is the problem that you are suffering is not what you think. I mean, you are suffering from something else.
And going to hills isn't going to solve that, buddy.
Yeah. It might give you pleasure. It will give you pleasure. 100% it will give you pleasure. 100% it will be worth of your time, your money. You'll feel that way. But for how long?
But then you go back, it's like, oh, fuck.
Ah, shit.
Fuck.
Here we go again. CJ from San Andreas again.
Shit, here we go again. And then you guess what? You adapt to that and live with that suffering.
Exactly. And
it's
you
like,
still have that problem again. That's the.
But now you've been to Shimla. Now it's not. Now you can't go back again.
You're more guilty.
You have to wait for 1 year. It's a problem. It's a real problem.
The problem is.
This is where the happiness index reflects.
Exactly.
This is why we are not happy.
Yeah. We think the solution to our problem is what everybody else is doing. Again, everybody else have different problems than you, and your life is very different from theirs. So, not just taking that threshold solution of traveling will work, right? Identify what's going around you. Like if you're traveling solo, maybe you have some anxiety issues, or catch up with an old friend, discuss your problems. And I mean, that's a very healthier, better alternative than to actually in these times populate an area which is already short on resources. And I mean, you're doing no favor to the hotel industry. Let me also tell you that. You're doing no favor to the hotel industry. You're doing nothing to the hotel industry. Hotel industry has already suffered the amount of losses that they cannot recover in next 3-4 years. Alright, so you traveling them, you providing them business, यार मेरे वहाँ जाने से ना वहाँ employment बढ़ नहीं हो रहा, कुछ नहीं हो रहा. They have already suffered a loss that they cannot recover in next 2-3 years of continuous employment. Alright, so your one booking won't change anything. Get to the fact that the problems are different, the solutions are different, and you need to consult your family members, your friends, whoever you feel, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever you feel that you're most open to. If you don't have a friend, watch this podcast, connect with us on Instagram,
No,
DM us.
Don't.
Okay, so DM me. Alright, so I mentioned on this Instagram bio.
No, but like seriously, hotel industry right now is like, I have won, but at what cost?
Exactly. The real cost of actually winning right here, right now, in this scenario is pretty high that we have not realized yet, but we are going to realize if this continues. In the name of third wave.
Healthcare industry has won.
Yes. Also, I really want to bring this forward for all those 12th people studying in 12th standard that they had to give.
Not studying now. Just
those who were
in 12th standard.
In 12th standard who got prevented from failing. Yeah, so
Nobody failed.
Your boards didn't got cancelled. You all were prevented from failing. So I'll put it that way. Because if you would have given boards, alright, so you would have dealt with pressure, anxiety, stress, tension. But again, that would have made you a better person.
Society is weak now. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
These weak fuckers.
These weak guys. हमें देखो.
Exactly. उन्हें देखो economics के 2 बार बोर्ड दिए थे हमारे पिछले बैच ने जब.
These guys don't get it.
Exactly. So no, coming to the points now, to the guys and people watching this right now, and 12th boards did got cancelled. Some of you were celebrating, but definitely teachers were not celebrating. So because exams are important. No.
But like best thing was that 11th results will also be taken into consideration while giving out the results. Now you're fucked.
Yeah, you're fucked. But again, you'll not fail. That's one point to be.
Nobody fails in boards. Who the fuck fails in boards?
People in compartments are, but no. If the board exams never happened, so the compartment exam also would never happen.
All right, yeah.
So with that mentality, you all were prevented from failing. So now I see this Instagram story of a party being organized.
Oh
bang boards.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
you guys.
Okay, this is another problem. This is a problem.
You guys are protesting.
Delhi guys, Delhi people have this urge to wanderlust, and Delhi people have this urge to go to a club. Oh my god.
I don't know why. Answer Plaza छोड़ो यार. I mean, any restaurant. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? You were the ones protesting. Cancel boards. Future of India is in jeopardy. Mr. Modi, resign. Modi ji resign. Modi should resign. I mean, what the fuck? He cancelled boards, alright. Understandable situation. Student revolts were at an all-time high. Never have I ever seen students gathering up in so big amount. And
reasonable. Okay, reasonable demand.
Reasonable demand and reasonable solution. Okay.
नहीं हुए. Okay.
तुमने बोला.
There's a global pandemic. Boards are not probably the need of the hour right now. Got it. Clubbing is also not the need of the hour right now.
I mean, it is so unjustifiable the fact that you guys are celebrating parties at a club that boards never happened.
These guys, देखो याद है when the second wave was hitting in and people were having pool parties in Delhi.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Farmhouse.
What is going on?
I've
What
been
is-
invited to few. but
what
I
is this?
didn't want.
What is this party animalish, tribalistic nature? Your wild side coming out. You just want to party. Just want that one drink more.
One drink with friends, maybe kal ho na ho, we may see tomorrow, or we may, or to the people
Like,
saying that yaar,
YOLO in one day. It's like,
also to the people saying that it's been a year, we missed important school life here.
what the fuck are you celebrating? What is this to celebrate?
That does not call for a celebration.
What is there to celebrate anyway in your life?
Millions of people died.
You don't have anything going on.
I lost a friend.
You still don't have anything going on.
I mean, why are you celebrating the fact that millions of people died in a pandemic, and because of that, a trickle down effect was one of your boards getting cancelled, and now you want to celebrate that by again coming together
And
again making a super spreading event, again to blame someone else for your deeds. And
your daddy's wallet is like, mujhe kyun toda right now?
right, but again, ask people who lost someone very close to them, and you'll get to know.
It's
You'll not celebrate anymore.
people are disconnected. They're what is the word? Insensitive or desensitized at this point. You see a story. We lost him or her today. Very sad.
Yeah.
They passed away. You see a story.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck. That is very sad.
That is sad.
Then you swipe right. There's a cute puppy. Like, aw. Then there's a cute cat. You move on.
Yeah.
This is the world we live in.
It is so.
This is the world we live in. I mean, bars were open before gyms were open. So that tells you a lot.
Yeah.
It's
it does tells you a lot. I mean, okay, so for people, countering this very fact that, there is less of personal touch, personal contact in bar and gym, you sweat, you are.
No, but I understand the government's perspective of opening bars first because they want taxes.
Yeah.
I don't understand people going to bars in a fucking pandemic. What? It's like,
So wrong.
what is there to celebrate right now? Especially teenagers, like 18-year-old, 19-year-olds. What is there to celebrate in my life? Like, just being alive? Okay, I don't need to go to a club and lose my senses for that.
Getting intoxicated, and it is just that you guys want to prove each other in a rat race. That my life is better than yours.
Look,
my
we
life
went
is,
out.
Yeah, my life is better than yours. Even in this restrictive environment, I'm back to normal.
Yeah.
This summer's gonna see more of me now. I mean, okay, we get it. You have the money, you have the resources. Let's just take the fact that hey, to king, like you guys. Hi, let's make it clear and obvious that you are the king right now. Alright, I'll just accept the fact that you're the most famous person in the room watching this episode. You're the most richest person in the room. You're the most intellectual person in the room.
Your dad is the richest person.
Yeah, let the person be, not the dad. Let you be. Okay, so that you want to prove it to everyone. Alright, so you go out, you put up a story. Alright, you want to show everyone. That's a showbiz right there. Alright, but the fact is that the cost of suffering, the real cost. Now, you may drive some rich-ass German car, or you may dine into a 7-star restaurant. But the fact is that the real cost of people suffering, real cost. I know there would be some genius guy out there. To khola kyun? I know there will be one motherfucking asshole that will ask, or while listening to me right now or to him right now, will say, तो खोला क्यों भाई, बंद ही कर देते. ठीक है, we get it. From government's point of view, they need revenue, alright.
They rely on you, motherfuckers.
Now you'll say that मैं आ जाऊँगा, पैसे नहीं खर्चूँगा. तो revenue कैसे?
So that is the lie you're telling yourself, that you are helping the economy by getting drunk at night.
Exactly. If you're so rich, if you're so intelligent,
Feed
I'm saying
someone.
you as rich, not your father, not your family members. If you're so rich, you can definitely order food at home. You can definitely get drunk in your place. You can definitely smoke up and chill at your own fucking room.
And if you are that rich and you still have the need to do all these things, there's again something else that is wrong in your
Wrong
life.
with you, exactly.
So I mean, fix the pipe from where it is broken. Don't stop the flow.
If you stop the flow, you'll definitely you'll never get to know from where the pipe was ever broken.
It's so simple. I mean, there's a wave coming in and there are pool parties going on. Why the fuck? And who are present at the pool parties? 16, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds.
Gram influencers.
The fuck is going on? First of all, you don't have this is not New Year's. this is not Christmas. I mean, this is not Diwali. This is not, and there's no reason to party right now. Just a normal Wednesday.
And you're getting drunk on a normal Wednesday 10 a.m. I mean, how bad of a life are you living?
I mean, I don't understand clubbing in a normal scenario anyway. But okay, I get it. You don't drink, you don't do anything. What do you do inside a club? It's another conversation. But a pandemic going on, and you are at a pool party, what the fuck is wrong? What champagne? What is the champagne going out for? What is the reason? I'm still don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there are stories now I see stories on my Instagram that clubs are open now.
Yeah.
Welcome to party.
Bang
Welcome
boards.
to the party.
Bang
boards. What the fuck is this name?
Yeah.
Bang boards.
I have a screenshot.
This is a real thing.
Yeah. I was about to post, but then I thought I'd get a lot of death threats, and I'm not that guy.
Death threats.
I'm more of a peaceful person. I really wanted to point out.
Bang boards.
Yeah.
नहीं छोड़.
So there is BBB, Anupras Amalkar.
It's beautiful alliteration.
Exactly. So coming to the point is that there is no actual sense of celebration. People are fucking insensitive.
Not even insensitive. I don't want to call them insensitive. They're just desensitized. I think there's a difference. Insensitive is when you don't care about other people's suffering. I don't think it's that. It's just that you're so disconnected that you don't understand the gravity of a situation. You care. You care.
Yeah.
But then you have other things that numb that. And then your distraction is so cheap, you go to that.
Yeah.
And you have to party then. And then you, I don't know, take alcohol, smoke a little joint, post a story with a hookah in your mouth, like you're some I know Al Habibi or you're some sheikh in the Middle East. Like, what the fuck are you doing sitting in Punjabi Bagh?
We get it.
You have a royal feeling inside of you when you put that story with a shisha in your mouth, smoking it in front of the camera. I can't see shit in my house. I'm watching the story. There's a smoke. What are you doing? You're giving yourself a sense of heightened image. Like, you're putting yourself on a fake pedestal that, look, I have this life sorted out. Yeah. I can buy a hookah and put it on my story. I'm so cool. Look at me.
I'm in an environment which is so restrictive that not everybody can go out. But I'm going out.
This is a statement.
I'll provoke you guys to go out, because if he can go, then why cannot? This is the major ego issue that teens usually suffer, right?
There's clubbing and there's going to Manali. There are two pain points in Delhi Heights right now. This is a real problem at this point.
Yeah. I mean, to actually make this work, start sorting out yourself first. Stop lying to yourself first.
There is this clubbing culture everywhere in the world.
Everywhere. Totally accepted.
But this clubbing culture in Delhi is a special phenomenon. Because we have Wednesday nights now.
Yeah, Sufi.
It's in the middle of the week. No,
I've seen Wednesday night posted on my...
This is a problem. This is a real problem. Because... in Delhi, people are not spending their own money, first of all. This is their dads giving them money.
Yeah.
And
Mostly teens.
and they're going out to celebrate fuck all. There is nothing to celebrate in their lives because they have done fuck all. Nothing have they done right now. This is not the new year. And even if it is the new year, I still don't understand what are you celebrating about. You're going to die very soon.
If this continues.
it's like, what is there to celebrate? Delhi Heights have a problem.
Delhi Heights do have a problem, and for people now thinking that, let's be honest, we pointed out a lot of issues right now here, but there are still people who would be thinking the other way. Like, it's my money, whatever I do. Who are you to tell me? I know, what, I get it. Like, it's your money. You burn it alive. You burn it for your own warmth. So, yeah.
You buy Bitcoin. Invest in the future.
You are a sum of your decisions. Right? We get it. Right? But the point here is, again and again, that we have spoken like countless number of times, is that कल को oxygen या bed के लिए phone मत कर देना. No, it's like I'll keep a count of people who were promoting parties, who were going out, and one day you wake up and you get this plethora of calls. Bro, yaar, I know that your uncle is a doctor in a highly super specialty hospital. Can you get a bed arranged ASAP? I'll not.
No, man, it's like...
I'll not even try to help.
It's like...
No. Sorry, bye. Peace, motherfucker. And I just slap down my fucking phone right there. Because, again, call me insensitive, call me whatever the fuck you want, call me. Give me the baddest abuse you could have ever thought of. But
people are just decent. Again, people are not mean per se. It's not like they don't give a fuck about who died or who suffered. They give a shit. They give a lot. They care. Like, if you see a story, it's the same thing. This is obviously social media heightened this. You see a story, you see a post, you feel bad, you type a comment, you send a heart. You're nice at heart.
And a dove.
You're nice at heart. Rest in peace or get well soon.
Yeah.
And then you move on. And then you see a cute puppy. That's the reality of life that we live in. I mean, it's the same with you, it's the same with me. Modern loneliness.
Love. Did it better.
Exactly. But this is the word. How much do you care to spend your half a day with that? You see someone's story and they've lost someone or they're suffering right now, they have COVID. You send a heart, you take care of them, and then you're excited about other things because there's a distraction just next to that. In the next story, someone is out.
Yeah.
There's next story, something is happening. And you're distracted at that very point. Otherwise, you close the phone and you're still thinking about what happened or what you saw. You're not now. You saw a story, they flipped, and then you see a cute puppy. Then you share that with other people.
Yeah.
You don't share that. Obviously, you should not. Yeah. But then you close the phone and you're thinking about the puppy, not the other person's suffering. And that is why you're desensitized. Yeah. And when a party comes along, you don't know, you don't have a connect with someone losing their loved ones or someone suffering from COVID or any illness for that matter. This is a problem.
Yeah, this is a serious problem, and I don't know how people are malaligned so much.
We are not perfect. We are the same way.
I just said in the previous segment that we might just wake up tomorrow morning and again we have said this on camera, but we might just not follow what we said.
And that's the way it should be, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like ideas and these things they change. There's no shame in that. But
मैंने पारे में criticize करा पर वो कह रहा मैं कल सुबह पार्टी मारूंगा.
नहीं. कैमरा में पार्टी तो देख मैंने वैसे ही नहीं करनी.
क्यों नहीं?
I don't like going to parties anyway. But I don't understand.
What unsocial person you are.
Who the fuck?
सबसे पहले पहुंच जाएगा.
हाँ. Because that is something I like.
I mean, okay, yeah.
then you have to be self-aware. What you like and what you don't. Why are you at the party? Do you really enjoy dancing with other people?
Company.
Or do you just numb your life's problems with alcohol and a little bit of weed? What is the reason there? Why are you at that place? Why are you in Punjabi Bagh smoking a hookah? Why are you there? Because I've never had a good time.
Every place in Delhi is filled with cafes now. But yeah, again, self-awareness, great point.
It's like, I know I do not enjoy that, so I don't go there.
But I still struggle.
Yeah, there's FOMO involved. I mean, अगर तू अपनी birthday party रखेगा तो I'll come.
No, you don't like parties. No, don't come. Go to BJJ. Eat healthy.
But like, if a mutual friend of us keeps a party at a club, we'll go.
Yeah.
We are not the biggest fans of having a party.
Yeah, but we can't let down our friend either.
Yeah, so you know why you're there.
Yeah.
So then it's okay.
You're just conflicted.
No, like COVID के बाद,
Yeah.
who the fuck is celebrating their birthday at a club? That is the question. And then what is this friendship? That you're not stopping that person. You're promoting that by being there.
Yeah. You're selling passes. Ow.
I mean, that is the problem here. Like अगर तू मेरे को एक 15-20 दिन पहले बोलता है कि I have a birthday. Let's say you had your birthday. And you're like, let's go to a club, YOLO. And you're like, Ayush, shut the fuck up.
No clubs.
Calm down, bro.
Come to BJJ, bro. There are Indian people.
But common sense is
Uncommon.
Common sense is very expensive, and stupidity is cheap as fuck.
Yeah. So if you, with that, I also come to this point that, if we take, let's just say 50 people in a pool, alright, and we just, in a process, and we just ask, out of those 50 people, I just think that only 2 or 3 might have this thought of actually, going out to a club. Now that is like 5% or 4% of the total population will just have this thought of having a party at the club. Now there are always exceptions, are always there in every case. Alright, so what the remaining 47 or 46 could have done was to stop them. First case here right now, सबके ख्याल में thought तो आया नहीं होगा that I want to keep a party at club, alright, because everybody was panicking at that very moment. So first those 46 people, you outnumbered those 4 people who thought of having a party in a club. So you could have easily stopped that, alright. But again, that didn't count because of those pleasures that were involved. The sparkle and the short-lived self-supremacy lies that you tell yourself that didn't allow you to stop. And then you promoted that event. Then you actually, gave a head start to the person who was planning the party at a club or at a common gathering place. Instead, you could have said that, let's just keep it low-key for once. एक ही बर्थडे है यार, लोकी कर ले, 2 बर्थडे हो गए, 3 हो गए, लोकी कर ले यार, क्या हो गया? So no, so those short-term pleasures were there that didn't make it happen. So you just basically you were outnumbering those 4 people, who were thinking that यार मुझे क्लब में पार्टी करनी चाहिए, but you couldn't do anything about it because your self-awareness, your self-image was lying to you. You were lying to yourself. कुछ नहीं होगा.
I mean, you're partying for the social media.
Yeah.
You're celebrating for Instagram.
For Instagram and Snapchat.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck still uses Snapchat? But again,
you're partying
for Instagram.
You're partying for. I have done this myself. I mean, when we were in 9th, 10th, Snapchat was blowing up.
Yeah.
I would never do a birthday celebration like I did in 10th.
Yeah.
You were there. I mean, I would never do that again. Because part of the reason was everyone was doing that at that point.
Yeah.
So I had to do that. I mean, I would never spend that amount of money on a birthday again. I would never do that there again. It wasn't like crazy party going on in a club. It was still.
It was good.
It was.
It was good. It was fair. It was
But-
it was a good time.
I mean, yes, you can go out with your friends and celebrate a birthday,
Yeah.
but it's not your birthday, is it? On a Wednesday night.
Just finding some reasons.
Bang Bang Boards is not your birthday.
Yeah. Bang Bang Boards is no celebration at all. That is the clear mourning. If you are attending any after board party in this situation where your boards got cancelled. So there are 2-3 things that I just thought of and I really want to tell you. The first thing is that is not a celebration, that we came to a conclusion very early. Second thing is that is a mourning. Mourning for all the teachers. That is a mourning. Of course, you're celebrating a very important event of your life that didn't happen. You didn't get to experience it. Guess what?
Because of a
Pandemic.
global pandemic caused by a lab leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Previous podcast reference. So do check that out. So coming to the point here right now is that you might have not suffered the pressure, the stress that was there in boards. You might have not seen what it feels like to go to a different school in a totally different scenario where you don't even know which teacher is actually invigilating you.
Giving exams that feel like the end of your life right now.
Exactly.
It's something else. It is something
It is
else.
something else. It is the process. I used to wake up at, again, I'm an early riser, so I used to wake up at 4 in the morning and then start revising what I did the previous day. 7 a.m. I used to start learning
I mean,
for today.
it doesn't matter in the end. We both know,
Yeah,
like,
we
it
both
didn't
know.
matter. But like,
The process is very
it's an
good.
experience
It's an experience.
that you missed out on because of a global pandemic. I reiterate. This is not normal.
This is not normal. Yeah.
This was people suffering that caused you to miss your boards, which is very reasonable.
Yeah.
Boards, giving exams is not the most important thing in a pandemic.
Yeah.
That is why they didn't happen. There is no reason to celebrate. And there is no reason to celebrate anyway if it's not your birthday or any other occasion in your life.
Or let's just say even birthdays are okay, they are exceptional.
You don't need
Anniversaries,
Saturday nights.
marriages are exceptional. That needs to happen. That is something very important to a person.
You don't need Sufi nights at this point. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this?
Ladies' night, Sophie's night.
What is this?
Das ka do.
Number one bullshit.
Combo passes. Why do you need that? I mean, Tomorrowland, Belgium is not happening. I mean, just look at that. I mean, Belgium is much more less populous than India. Tomorrowland is an event that happens on a grand scale that sees world with them. Alright, so they thought that it is probably not the right time to actually get people to a stage and dance on EDM. Like they thought that way. But no, you selfish fucks think that
No, again, not selfish. People are just desensitized.
Desensitized. People think that it is totally okay to have a party with like 60 unknown people and sell passes to their own death bed.
Exactly.
Potentially deathbed. Potential.
Again, most people don't even know why they're partying.
Yeah.
That's
the fun part.
for social media.
For fun. That's for fun. I'd say, what's the first impression of me coming back from a party? Let's talk about you first. What's your first impression? Okay, so you,
I hate my life.
Mr. Sethi. Mr. Sethi, this is getting very
I want to kill myself.
So first, let me put a situation out there. You wake up. He's also an early riser, so 6 a.m., 5 a.m. you wake up and you prepare your day, you go through your day. So 7 p.m. you start getting dressed up for a party that is scheduled for 8:30. Right?
Starting.
Oh yeah, thoda or late.
9 o'clock starting. I'm not going anywhere. First thing. Okay, let's say I go.
Right, so 9 o'clock. I've been to parties that start at 11 p.m.
And there's no way I'm going
I
there.
love partying.
There's no way I'm going there.
So let's just assume that this party starting at 9 p.m. and you're getting dressed at 8 and then you have a heck of a night. You don't drink, but okay, I'll not even assume that you drink. That's unassumable. Okay, so you had good food, you met new people.
Who the fuck do I meet in a party?
You meet a lot of new people.
Who the fuck have you met in a party?
I've met so many new people at
How
parties.
many of them are actually your friends right now?
I mean, like 6 or 7 of them.
Real friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The point here is that you come back from the party at 12 a.m. or let's just say 1 a.m. Clubs shut down. You're back home. So what is the first expression that you give to yourself?
fuck this, I hate my life right now, I want to kill myself.
Again, to the viewer listening to his reaction, he's an extreme. Let's come to a more moderately
This,
party enjoying
this,
person.
this is the reaction. Okay, this is 1 o'clock right now, parents are asleep, I open the door because I had the keys, I reach out, change my clothes, go to bed. I know I'm not waking up on my usual time, so that is fucked up. Now my day is spoiled. The next day I have to reschedule that. Then I wake up, obviously I feel shitty as fuck because I probably had food, I don't drink, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, soda.
It's not that bad, but okay, let's say I drank, so I have a headache in the morning. Surprise, surprise, very good. So
there are tablets to avoid headache. Party smart.
Yeah, I mean that's okay, but at 1 a.m. Any event I go to, this should not be a club or anything else. If I go somewhere and I return home at 2 a.m. or 1 a.m., at this point, I'm like, tomorrow is going to be a struggle. What have I done? I could have been home by 9 p.m. I went out at 9 p.m. So, if it's like a very extraordinary occasion, that's okay. Once in a while. If it's someone's birthday, if you're celebrating, if you had a good time genuinely, not for like, if I had a purpose. So that is okay. But at 1 a.m. there is no way I'm feeling happy. Might as well not wake up yet tomorrow.
That's pretty much extremist because Parag is
what?
Okay, so my apologies to the viewers that I took an extremist example.
No, but like what? How are you feeling at 1 a.m.? Everyone's asleep. You don't sleep at 1 a.m. normally.
Yeah, I usually sleep at 10:30.
So you, a 10:30 p.m. sleeper, is now awake as fuck at 1 a.m. Now, how are you feeling? You can't be feeling good about this.
No, to be honest, I usually go out for partying weekends, mostly Fridays or Saturdays, so that I can take the next day off. Right, that's smart partying.
What is a day off?
Sunday.
So what? So you have nothing to do on a Sunday?
No, on Sunday I wake up late. I have food of my choice, and then I do work. Alright, so there is no day that I don't work. I do work, but I skip on my workout for once.
I mean
because you need resting.
Who enjoys? If you're an early riser, what early riser would enjoy waking up late? It's a horrible feeling. Everyone is awake.
I know, right? But for no, like that's it. Yeah. Okay. So let's come to the point. Like, okay, so I wake up 4:30 a.m. in the morning, but I am at home at 2 a.m. So first thing I think about is that tomorrow is a total off.
You can't not feel ke.
I'll be feeling guilty, but of course it's what I got out of from the party. I made maybe like a new friend. I met people. I enjoyed my time being there because I really wanted to dance. I'm a big fan of EDM. I am a DJ myself, so I enjoyed the night. I loved the mixes that were being played, and
yeah, but then you have value there.
Yeah.
I mean,
found my
how many people in this world are enjoying the mixing at a club? What the fuck? You are weird in that way. Nobody enjoy. I've never even thought about this before this very moment.
No.
Oh my god, the mixes were great today.
Yeah.
Like, the DJ was on point. Yeah. I don't give a shit about what the DJ is doing.
I was in one of the clubs in Hoskas and I was so much enjoying the mixes. Yeah, of course. So it's one of my hobbies.
It's you.
Yeah. I even got called up to the stage to mix a few songs.
Yeah, so that's a very rare value you're taking out of a club.
Yeah.
No, not many people do that.
Yeah.
So that's a rarity. let's say you don't enjoy that. So at 2:30 in the morning, you're just home. First of all, it'll take you half an hour to sleep. So you're 3 a.m. you're sleeping.
Yeah.
What are you feeling?
I'm feeling tired. Yeah, of course, that's a very dumb answer, tired. But again, I would feel guilt, yes. But how much of it depends upon what next day is it. So if I feel guilt, I will be, let's just say that having a party is like that cheat in my life that I would love to.
Cheat meal. It's like a cheat meal.
Cheat meal, it's like a cheat time, whatever you guys call it. So it's cheat for me to actually take a break for my 6-day long journey of waking up 4:30 a.m. in the morning, getting my ass on the track and coming back, going to an office and switching offices and coming to shoot and making it all worthwhile. Okay, so one day I really need for myself. I guess I found my value there at a party. Some people might find their value on a Wednesday night at a Sufi night. And
I mean, if you enjoy Sufi singing or Sufi music, that is a different thing.
Yeah.
But not many people are like that.
So the conclusion of this talk,
It's like
find your value.
It's like, I mean, people go to, I don't know, stamp collecting meetups. So what the fuck is that?
मेरे को मेरे एक बात बता, तूने कहाँ देखी है?
There are events, weird events.
कहाँ?
I don't know, होती होगी, नहीं होती होगी. There are people go to watch theatre. Who the fuck goes to watch? There are people out there who like that.
Yeah, I've seen theatre a lot.
I mean, I go travel 15 kilometers to a martial arts gym for a 1 hour class.
Similarly,
That is weird in its own way. So, but I listen to an audio book in the way. Not many people do that. It's a weird combination. So, if you enjoy going to a party because of the mixing that the DJ would do, go. Go, more power to you. Go.
That's my boy.
Go. But then you won't feel guilty when you come back because you had a good time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't enjoy waking up late, at least waking up after other people in my house have woken up. I feel like I'm late today and I don't enjoy communicating with other humans in the morning. So,
who would point out that I'm late today?
Fuck. कल लेट हो गया? No, नहीं हुआ late, नहीं हुआ. I don't enjoy that. I have never enjoyed coming late to my house after 12. After
I've enjoyed.
11 o'clock.
I've snuck out of house a lot of times.
Why?
For fun. Like,
No. Specific purpose. Tell us the purpose. The nation wants to know. Why did he sneak out of his house at 2 a.m.?
So my mother listens to this podcast.
The nation and auntie wants to know why he snuck out at 2 a.m.
So my mother would be listening to this, then she'll tell my father, and then I'll have a bad time at all. But again,
बताया ही नहीं तूने अभी तक.
let's shoot.
So, but you have, auntie.
So I've snuck out of house for long drives.
Extracurricular activities.
Yeah. बस सब करना होता है. I snuck out of house for of the syllabus things, right? So for sometimes for a long drive. Let's just say with my friends.
For the pleasures of the material world.
Yeah. Okay, so I've traveled to Murthal a lot while sneaking out. So to just have that cup of tea, and it's the journey. The way. So in that particular journey, I have like friends around me. So that's the 0 hour that I call it. And
but that is a different thing. That is a night stay.
No. I sneak out of my house at 2 a.m. and then I come back before everyone wakes up. So that's a sneak.
Not anymore, buddy. Not anymore.
Cardio.
So, but that is a very different thing. You asked me how I feel after coming back from a party. Suicidal. That is the answer.
That's not how you should feel. That's it. Just being honest, that's not how you should feel every time. But okay, if you do a lot of party, then one day you'll definitely feel the way he feels. But if you are really...
It's like having a cheat meal. You enjoy the cheat meal.
Yeah.
Then the cheat meal is over.
Yeah.
Now how do you feel? Shitty. That's what it is. You don't enjoy the after effect of a cheat meal.
Yeah. So it definitely comes to an end, but again, if you look back to it, you'd not be much proud of it. But again, if you look forward, you'll definitely look forward for another cheat meal someday.
No cheat meals. Cold showers only. Stay hard. David Goggins.
Okay, so Parag here is an extreme example.
No, I'm
I
kidding.
do take cheat meals on Sunday. I mean, I can do that at least. Okay.
I mean, just have normal food. I'm kidding, obviously, but cold showers only.
Yeah, cold showers, ice baths. I do take every day an ice bath.
You take an ice bath?
Yeah.
What California are you living in?
No,
What the fuck is this?
Here's the deal. So there is this big ice cube silicone tray that I have with me. I have 3 of them. So each tray has like 4 rows. It has 80 ice cubes in total. So I have 3 of them, and then choti wali with 2 rows. So what I do is I have a 20-liter bucket at home. So I fill that bucket with the ice cubes. So the bucket is more than half filled. And when I come after jogging, so my calves are paining a lot, my heels, my toes are paining a lot, so I put my feet in the ice for like 5 to 10 minutes. That's the max I could do. Then I take the ice in Magga. What do you say?
Yeah. Everyone has got it now.
Yeah, so we have viewer from America as well. That one.
Yeah, he got it as well.
So I take it and I just put it on my back like...
That's the most desi ice bath I've ever heard of.
3-4 times. Okay, so I don't have a tub right in my place. And India is small on space. So I do that, and I do a lot. I avoid my head to get in the ice because then you get a headache and brain freeze. So I do that on my spine and 45 massage. I was playing football and there was this... I was walking back home and there was this hole in the ground, so I tripped on it and I fell, so my tricep right here, it felt real bad for next 2 days. So one of my friends gave me CBD oil, and he said
in India.
Yeah, he has CBD oil with him, and he works in that sphere.
Okay.
So, medicinal field.
Damn.
So he got me CBD oil, and he said if you have an e-cig with you, you just pour that as a flavor in it, mix it with some flavor, and you take some puffs.
Yeah, CBD helps with recovery. It
will help you in recovery.
Joe Rogan has a Killcliff company, right? Yeah. It has CBD inside the drinks. It helps with recovery.
Yeah. So the friend I'm talking about, he has a tea business in America with CBD infused tea. So he managed. So
CBD is big in America.
Yeah, it's pretty big now. So he said take some puffs out of your e-cig, and I'll give you my e-cig, you just mix in it and you take some puffs, and you wake up the next morning, you'll feel like 80% of the pain is gone.
Yeah.
And the swelling would have been taken away with that oil. So I tried it once. It worked.
Yeah, CBD is very good at recovery.
I was scared, to be honest. I was shit scared to take CBD and be intoxicated, so I just took like 2 or 3 puffs. But again, I'm against smoking, so I just took a step back. But again, it did help. But again, in the morning when I woke up, I didn't realize I had any pain, but I still took an ice bath after that. So I'm confused now whether it was CBD or the ice bath that
it's definitely CBD.
So so then it might be CBD. So that it is also a recovery method.
CBD isn't allowed in India, is it?
It's not allowed in India.
Yeah.
And with that, I've said it on camera.
Yeah. So, police, his mom, everyone is listening to it right now. So, congratulations. But ice baths are great.
Yeah.
But then, cold showers only. Reiterate.
Yeah.
Stay hard.
In Delhi, there is this problem of you getting hot water even out of your cold tap. Because the sun's really... Alright, so let's just face it. 41, 42, 43 degrees is...
I'm very confused. Obviously, I'm very confused because I can't take a cold shower now because the water isn't cold.
Yeah,
I had cold showers throughout the winter, last winter.
Wow.
Only cold showers.
I used to have cold showers, but again...
So like I didn't enjoy in the moment, but like I was okay with that, but now I can't. How do I get cold water in Delhi right now?
So that's where ice cubes come into play for me as well. So with the remainder of ice, I usually pour the the normal tap water. Now the tap water itself is hot, that you not want to take a bath in it. In Delhi, 40 degrees Celsius is normal. 41, 42, it's the new normal. And to adapt to that, you can definitely try out refrigerated water. You can try out ice cubes, and I guess that might help. And avoid having those talcum powders with cooling effects. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Those are not skin friendly. I'm coming from a guy who is in the cosmetic industry. Those things are not good for you.
Why?
They'll
Why?
open up pores in your skin, right? And when they open up pores in your skin, so your skin is more prone to catch pimples, more prone.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it does.
Talcum powder is not good for you.
Talcum powder is good. I'm specifically talking about powders with cooling effects.
How is that different?
It has, you know what? So let's just take into play that for a long period of time, I've been using Johnson baby products. For obvious reasons that it includes the least amount of chemicals because it is meant for babies. I'm not saying I'm a baby, but again, it is meant for babies. So I apply Johnson's baby talc at sometimes, and it has the least amount of chemicals. But when you go for other brands, let's just say Dermicool, there is this other brand, Hula Hula.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty famous. It's a Thai company producing talcum powder. So they have a lot of synthetic material which gives out the cooling effect on your neck, on your, So these areas are very prone to sweating where you apply talcum powder. So in the long run, when talcum powder is already applied and it is, rubbed on and to spread it out more and then you sweat. So that combination of sweat and synthetics open up a lot of pores in your skin. So now opening up of pores, some people might think now my skin is breathing or something. No, so your pores are now more prone to, capturing dirt with themselves in the long run. And then you might start having pimples, you might start having, rashes. I had a case where I was like in 8th standard or 9th standard and used to apply Dermicool, right, being honest, because it felt good. But in the long run, again, I had redness on my neck. My skin lost color in the long run because I used to apply it daily, like no break, daily. Of course, after bath, it is a ritual to apply talcum powder. So, again, avoid these things, I mean, how can you get a cooling effect from a thing that is at a room temperature? That is basically synthetics acting upon your skin. That is something
you learn a new thing every day.
Yeah. So from parties we came to talcum powder, and it's just how the transition of this podcast works.
Okay, but speaking of freedom and not valuing it.
Yes. Us Indians are topping the charts.
4th of July was yesterday. Today is 5th.
Yeah.
People in America are still celebrating their 4th, their Independence Day. Europeans without history are celebrating their independence right now as we speak. Now it's the 5th, I guess.
Yeah.
I really admire the way they celebrate their Independence Day. I'm very jealous, in fact.
Yeah.
Like, I love their expression of freedom. They just love it. It is the land of the free. I wish India is one day like that.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain sections of the society that believe that promoting independence or, supporting India as a nation is somewhat supporting the government.
This is same with America right now.
And this is bad. This is not the case. I mean, you're supporting your nation. Alright, so you'll not root for your nation. You'll not be happy on a good news that your nation was providing vaccines to the world. I mean, you should be proud of these things. But again, you feel that if you support India, you're supporting the current government.
No,
that is not the case.
It's like, so I was listening to Lex Fridman, genius motherfucker. So he was like, there's a line. It's like, America has this problem. I have New York Times on my phone. I saw because it gives very good okay, I have a lot of problems with New York Times at this point, but it's a good news source. I have New York Times on my phone, and there was an article of Americans not feeling the same way they felt about their flag, their anthem, their image. It's like when you talk about America, patriotism.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans don't feel good about it. It's like, at this point, the article said that having a flag behind you or raising the flag is a sign that you're conservative. Yeah. So America has this problem. The same I see around myself as well.
Yeah.
In India as well. But there's a thin line between patriotism and nationalism. That there's a line to be maintained there.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people run away from even patriotism in fear of nationalism. Like, you should strive for, there's a kind of a brotherhood in patriotism, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if the World Test Championship is going on, you're not celebrating New Zealand winning, are you?
No.
You're celebrating India, and there's a brotherhood in that. There's the whole society around you, community around you is upset that India lost.
And
it's a very human thing, and it's beautiful.
And you should actually celebrate that, because okay, I get it. There are a lot of liberal people who think, again, rightly said by Parag, that supporting your own country feels conservative, or it feels that you are on the right side.
It does.
Yeah. So the point here is that the brotherhood that we are talking about is very important, because we get it. Like, Indians hate Indians. Whenever we travel abroad.
Indian on Indian hate is a new crime right now.
Yeah.
Brown, we have black on black, white on white. Indian on Indian by Mr. Ayush Chawla.
No.
What is this?
So whenever you travel abroad, you see other Indian, you probably hate on them.
No? Why? What?
Favor mang le.
That is an Indian thing to do.
That's a very Indian thing to do. Wahan jaake you guys come to a brotherhood.
Yeah, obviously, because you see someone like you.
Yeah.
You see someone.
Again, so celebrate that when you are still in the country as well.
No, but this same point. We are so tied up in the problems that we have every day. It builds up, and you're like, fuck this. What is this place?
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of problems. All right.
Yeah.
A sum total of all problems we have here.
Every nation has.
Every nation has its problems, but we are so diverse. We have all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
But we recognize that there are problems, so a lot of good people are working on them.
Yeah.
We should be happy about it. But the thing with not being proud of raising your flag, not being proud of your anthem,
explicitly saying that I'm ashamed.
I'm not the biggest fan of this anthem is going on, shoot this person if he's not standing up. I'm not that. Just have gratitude of the place you were born in. By chance, by luck. Like, I'm not, anarchism, right? We have spoken about anarchism, Michael Malice's concept of we should be choosing where we live and grow up. Okay, that's some radical idea. But you were born here. You didn't have a choice. You didn't have a say. It's by luck. It's a very great place to live in. I mean, there's North Korea to compare ourselves with.
There's Afghanistan.
There's
Syria.
There's a lot of bad case studies.
Sri Lanka, Bangladesh.
There are a lot of bad case studies we have ourselves to compare with.
And every nation has its own problems.
So, I mean, we could make a case that, the thing is that when I see Americans celebrating their Independence Day, it's like, they are so happy about the freedom they have. We are not that free, I feel like. America is the land of the free in a way that if you're moderately smart, moderately lucky, moderately willing to do the work, you're going to make it for sure. India has a lot of different problems that we are still dealing with. America is obviously a lot of years ahead of us. We might go there eventually, but one day we may. I wish we are that. I mean, we both of us follow a certain kind of population from America.
Yeah.
We are UFC fans, so we are following Joe Rogan and UFC fans, and these guys are proud Americans and military Jocko Willink. Obviously, these guys celebrate the fuck out of America.
We can also put a case study of a sheer example of patriotism amongst Russians. I mean, they do not love. No, most of the Russians do not love their government. Okay.
There's something about that patriotic feeling of go Russia.
Go Russia, Mother Russia. Mother Russia is always there to help you.
It's special. It's something about that.
They're so passionate about their choices regarding nation. And I mean, okay, so let's understand this fact. Like, let's assume, right, in a real world problem, 50% of the people won't like Putin as their president, and 50% of the people would have voted for Putin to be the president. It's a different case that Putin elects himself again and again. That's a different case. But again, they still vouch for their country like anything. They're still ready to take a bullet whenever comes the chance. And it's upon their nation. Alright. And over here, we have so coward motherfuckers. I see posts on 15th of August, on 26th of January, on our Republic Day. We see posts, I'm ashamed to be an Indian. I've seen this. A lot of liberals do this.
No.
I've seen this. Come on.
But that is sad, right? This is so sad. It's like, this country has problems. But what are you doing about it? What can we do about it? I mean, what is the greatest expression of freedom? Doing something about the problems, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you ashamed of? Like, you didn't choose to be born here, of course.
Yeah.
But you have the opportunity to have your own phone, put out your own opinion, as long as it lasts. I mean, someone could take that very, very fast.
In a moment, in a blink of the eye.
Yeah, so you have that, so you should be thankful for that.
Also, to come to a point where we are discussing freedom, let's just say we should not increase the scale to, let's just say, a country. Right, every country has its problem, and you might not be proud enough to be an Indian, but let's just say that India does have problems. And if you still do not agree to this point, let's just say that let's make it more personal. Your house, your family, you all deal with problems every day, but aren't you sticking together?
And
aren't you still attached with the surname of yours? I mean, let's just accept the fact that my name is Ayush Chawla, right? My family do have a lot of problems which might not be common with everyone, or which might be common with everyone. But again, I'm sticking to my name. I'm still there rooting for my family. It doesn't mean that tomorrow morning I'll say that I'm ashamed to belong to this family. No, nobody would. Even you listening right now won't do that. Then why do you blame country? I mean, country is just your family.
It's a geographical area
where people like you are surrounded in every corner. I mean, celebrate your country, man. Celebrate like you celebrate your family at your home. Celebrate those martyrs. Celebrate those revolutionaries.
Exactly, that's where I was coming.
Celebrate those radicalists.
It took a lot of people to get to where you are right now. A little gratitude might be in order, as Jordan Peterson says. It took generations of people to get to where you are right now.
Get to us right here recording this podcast.
A little bit of gratitude might be in order. I mean, I don't care what your opinions are.
Yeah.
A lot of people struggled. A lot of people had situations to deal with. We have I mean, you like Gandhi or not?
He did struggle.
He did struggle. He did.
Subhash Chandra Bose.
A lot of people who had to give their lives for this.
Exactly.
For us to have the opportunity to have a podcast of our own.
Just imagine the fact that. Just imagine Southern Asia. and level of each country, and then imagine India and its level on a global scale.
So I mean, we're doing very well.
Exactly.
It's like a 70-year-old nation, for a 70-year-old nation who was colonized for 200 years,
previously Mughal ruled.
We're doing better than most of the other economies, right? I mean, only South Africa is doing well, I guess, and they have fuck all crime.
Yeah.
How many Australia is doing well. Australia was a colony.
Still colonized.
I mean,
they still have the
on the top of my head, Australia is the only place that comes to mind that are doing well, better than us, who were colonized by the British.
But they're still colonized. This Britishers
they have
2 parliament seats.
Yes, but anyway, they're free.
Great. Yeah.
So, what else? What other colony is doing well? It took a lot of people to get us where we are.
Exactly.
It's a little celebration of that fact won't take away your, revolutionary thoughts.
Exactly.
Of what change needs to happen.
You look at Commonwealth countries, right? And then you look at that list, and then you separately look towards India. And for a 70-year-old nation, we've already done more than it was expected from us. To be honest, our previous generations, they thought of themselves, the idea of themselves getting free, that didn't got them on the ground to take a bullet. The idea of their offsprings, their future generations to be free, is what got them on the ground. And for you to be free, for us to be free, for us to speak vocally, clearly, without any censorship.
I mean, I have been in two minds about this for a long time, but it's like there's a boundary. Obviously, I understand that. If a person is unable to stand up in a cinema, okay, first of all, there's no need to have a national anthem before you watch a movie. There's a line of patriotism and what the environment is and what is happening. I have an opinion on that. And if someone can't stand up for a reason, it's okay. Just calm the fuck down. But if you're criticizing having a national anthem, or if you don't feel good about having a national anthem, or you feel a kind of shame in, raising your flag,
that's fucked up.
That's a little insensitive, and that's
really
there's something else wrong with that, because you don't hate the color. I mean, if you're talking about the whole concept of having nations, having geographical boundaries, why do we have this? It's a collective imagination, as the book says. It goes back to the book Sapiens.
Yeah.
But there's a brotherhood in that. There's a community in that. There's a sense of first principle human being instinct in that. That okay, we are all a tribe that live together, that are similar to each other, have similar backgrounds, history. We have a collective thing going on here, and to celebrate that, I don't see anything bad in that. Obviously, excess of everything is bad, so that quickly can turn into nationalism, and fascism is the worst case scenario for that. But patriotism, you need a little bit of that. There's nothing wrong in that.
As I was earlier referring, to one of the posts that I usually see, that I'm not proud to be an Indian, and so I just recalled those people that I usually see those posts, and those are from Bengal. I just recalled I just read their names in my mind, and there were like 5 of them people, and they did post the same thing, and they do post the same thing every year.
Calm down.
They are from Bengal. Debate with a Bengali online, and you'll get your responses in such Shashi Tharoor level English and such big tons of paragraphs, limited by character limit.
I'm sorry, but Shashi Tharoor speaking English, I celebrate that as well.
Same here.
I love that. He can beat
most of the natives.
He can beat the English at their own language.
Yeah.
That is so
badass.
That
is so badass.
I love it. I love it.
That's pretty good.
But he goes in there and ostracizes the British for what they did to us.
Yeah.
That speech that he gave at
British should pay reparations to India in Oxford. Yeah, I've seen
that speech is
so fucking crazy.
Like even
Respect
I don't know
to you, sir, but again,
even they couldn't trust the British in the night.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said that the Victorian Empire. In the Victorian Empire, the sun never sets because God knew he couldn't trust the Victorians even in the night.
Wow! To think of that and to say that in England.
In their own territory. That's a ballsy move. That's a very ballsy
While
move.
we celebrate that, it's a little tribalistic. I get it. It's a little tribal, us against them. We are all humans after a point. We are all living in this earth. The same point, right? That astronaut went to space, he comes back home, he feels like everywhere is home.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But there's a community that you belong to. Humans are tribal by evolutionary chances.
Yeah.
We are tribal creatures.
Back to sapiens, yeah.
Back to sapiens. It all boils down to you have a common history with other people around you.
Yeah.
So why not just live with that and celebrate that? Why the fuck are you whining about it?
Exactly.
If you have problems, working towards solving them is the greatest act of patriotism you could do. Not complaining about them on social media.
I mean, if you can post on social media that how you are not patriotic, I mean, that's a freedom in itself. And I mean, there are means to celebrate that.
Like,
you can openly say that I'm not proud to be an Indian. That's a freedom in itself.
Exactly.
And that should be celebrated. I mean, if you could have in China and you could have posted the same thing. Now, China is a neighbor that we share our borders with. You could have been shot dead by the police the next day.
मुस्कुराइए अब आप जेल में हैं.
जेल में हैं अब आप कभी भी मारे जा सकते हैं. China would have killed you.
I mean,
South Korea would have killed you.
obviously there are problems right now. Someone would say that comedians are getting arrested and these things are happening in our society. There are problems. There are real world problems that are happening in our country right now. That doesn't mean that you should be ashamed of being an Indian. That is a high level thinking, right? There are problems in your country, so you should work, do something, have a podcast, talk about these things.
Exactly.
I mean, if you're pointing out problems in your country, that is not anti-nationalism. Fuck the right for saying that. To point out problems and to discuss solutions as to how the country can move forward is the most patriotic thing you can do.
Right.
But while remembering that this is a nation, you should be very grateful for where you are. It's a balance that needs to be done and maintained to celebrate where we are.
So with that, we would like to thank you all for joining us today and investing your valuable time with us at Slippery Slopes Podcast, episode number
7.
Thank you so much for joining in today, and we hope you learned something. And we learn new things every day.
Yeah, talcum powder is bad for you. Talcum powder that cools you down is bad for you.
With cooling effects.
Yeah.
Those are pretty bad for you.
And don't go to a party.
Don't go to a party. Be a good friend. Provide better alternatives. Stay at home. Order food home.
If you're in Manali right now
and
listening to us and you've decided not to watch the next episode, we are very sorry. We love you.
Bye bye. And with that, you'll miss on a lot. But yeah.
Confidence level is high.
If it blows up, it blows up. I mean, our peacock reel, it did blow up.
Again, felt good, might get cancelled later.